And let's come find a comfortable seat to begin. So as you get ready here, maybe take a moment and move the fleshy part away from your sitting bones and see if you can root and anchor down a little bit differently. You can sit crisscross leg or stretch your legs out in front of you. Place your hands on your knees or in your lap. And let's just take a moment and close your eyes. And hi, welcome. This is Lara from Om3 Yoga. And as we start to come together for our practice today, just make sure you take care of your body. And if something that I suggest doesn't feel good, make sure that you find something else to do or just pause. And try to breathe through the sensation. So let's take a really big, deep breath, filling your whole body up with your breath. And then we're going to exhale and slowly start to let the breath come out. See if you can empty out the breath completely, drawing the belly button to the spine. Keep exhaling. And then let's take another really big, deep inhale. Keep breathing in, filling your whole body with your breath. A little bit more breath in. A little bit more. And then exhale, just start to let your shoulders drop down the back. Start to release any tension, just taking a few more deep breaths here on your own. And as we, again, come together and move our body, move our breath, just inviting yourself for the next little bit to be as present as possible. Just forgetting about everything that's going on in the world around you. And just taking this time to tune in. In yoga, we call this pratyahara. So tuning into our inside world and just dropping the senses of the outside world away to connect with your body, your breath, clear the mind, and to reconnect to you. So if you would like to perhaps bring your hands to your heart center, maybe bowing your chin towards your chest, feeling your shoulders drop away from the ears, and just honoring this time you're taking out for yourself. Beautiful. When you're ready, you can slowly, slowly start to blink your eyes open as we are here present now. And we're going to work with your shoulders for a moment. So I'm going to have you take one hand in front of the other hand so the palms are facing each other. We'll interlock the fingers, and then you're going to pull the hands away from each other like you're pulling your arms apart. As you do that, try to squeeze the shoulder blades together behind the back. Breathing here, keeping the hands right in front of the chest as much as you can. 2 and 1, and gently release. And let's try that on the other side. So flipping the hands the opposite way, and again, grabbing the hands, pull the hands away, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Beautiful. Just noticing that sensation. It's amazing. I feel how tight one of my shoulders is. So it's always interesting to explore as we do these different shapes, what's happening within the body. 2 and 1, and we'll gently release, and let's shake those arms out. Maybe bring the shoulders up and down a few times, roll the shoulders back. And then let's gently rest your hands maybe on the ground if that's available. If not, just rest them on your thighs, and we'll turn your head to the right. And then come back and turn your head to the left. Turning to the right. And then let's turn to the left. One more time to the right. And then to the left. Beautiful. Coming to neutral, we're going to bring your chin to your chest. Inhale, let's look up at the ceiling. Exhale, chin to the chest. Inhale, looking up at the ceiling. One more time, chin to the chest. Inhale, let's look up at the ceiling. Beautiful. Finding a neutral neck here. We'll uncross your legs. If they're crossed, let's stretch the legs out and point and flex your feet a few times. And then we're going to add a little bit on here. So what you're going to do is flex your feet and then take your head back. And then we'll bring your chin to your chest, point your toes. Flex your feet, look up. Bring the chin to the chest, point the toes. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, finding a straight back and straight legs. Let's gently roll the shoulders back, draw the belly to the spine, maybe flex the feet so much that you lift the heels away from the ground. Energizing the legs, 3, 2, 1. We're going to gently bring the heels down. Let's bend the knees. We'll squeeze the knees to the chest, maybe wrap your arms if that's available, or just grab your hands again. We'll roll the shoulders back and try to lengthen the spine. Getting a big stretch, squeezing the belly towards the thigh. And then we're going to keep squeezing the shins, and then we're around through the spine. Maybe bring your chin to your chest. Beautiful. Rolling the shoulders back, we'll lift your heart up, bring the belly towards the thighs. And then once again, chin to the chest, rounding through the spine. Beautiful. One more time. Let's inhale and exhale. Inhale, we're going to slowly lift the chest up. And then we're going to gently crisscross the legs again. We'll bring your hands in front of you, find tabletop shape. From here, let's inhale, lengthen and look up. Exhale, round through the spine, tuck the tailbone down, and we'll sink your hips towards your heels for child shape. Feel free to stay here and rest for a few moments. Maybe bring your forehead down to the mat. Maybe let your elbows soften, or perhaps you're pressing through the fingertips and squeezing the shoulder blades away from the ears towards the hips. Notice your breath here. And perhaps set an intention for the practice. Planting seeds. 2 and 1. We're going to inhale. Let's find tabletop shape. Curling the toes under. We're going to find a plank shape. And then let's exhale, drop back down to the knees, release the toes, sink your hips toward your heels, back for child's pose. Beautiful. So we're going to do that once again, adding a little bit on as we go. So we'll inhale, it's fine, tabletop again. Roll the shoulders back, draw the belly to the spine, lift the knees off the mat, plank. Let's lower all the way down to the belly, releasing the toes. Sliding the hands back a little bit, roll the shoulders back, squeeze the elbows towards the rib cage as much as you can, press to the feet. Let's inhale, lift the back of the head up, look forward. 3, 2, 1, exhale, lower back down, beautiful. Let's try that again, really press through those toenails, and then maybe engage the legs, rolling the shoulders back, press the pelvis down, inhale, lift the heart up. Feel the back of the head go back, 2 and 1, exhale, coming back down. Pressing through the hands, let's inhale, tabletop. Exhale, back to child shape. Breathing, beautiful work. 2 and 1. We're going to do that one more time, adding more on as we go. Slowly inhale back to tabletop. Let's curl the toes under, perhaps lift those knees off the mat. Maybe bring your shoulders over your fingertips, breathing here. Feel the back of the head lift up so you're not straining the neck and the shoulders. 2 and 1, let's lower down to the belly. Release the feet, roll the shoulders back, inhale, lift the chest up. Maybe you're lifting up a little bit higher, do what's appropriate for your body. Squeeze the elbows towards the rib cage, 2. 1, we'll slowly lower back down. Beautiful. We're going to gently come to tabletop. Now this time you can stay in tabletop, always go to child's pose if you need, or perhaps curling the toes under, lifting the hips up for downward dog. Maybe starting with a bent knee here, heels are high, but we're bringing our chin to the chest, really pressing through the hands and arms, lengthening, perhaps imagining you can hollow out your armpits. Feeling a big stretch, 2 and 1. Now, if you want to, you can stay here and maybe try to lower the heels down towards the ground, keeping the tailbone up high. So feeling a big stretch in the back of the legs. This starts to pull behind the knees a lot. Bend your knees a little bit. 3, 2, and 1. Let's gaze between the thumbs. We'll walk our feet to the top of the mat. Exhale, folding forward. Bending the knees, belly and thighs meet again. Feet are a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Let's grab onto the elbows, opposite hand. Let your head feel heavy. Try to bring the crown of the head down towards the ground. The chin is moving towards the chest. Taking a few big, deep breaths as you breathe into the back of the body. Feeling the rib cage expand from side to side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bend the knees. Bring your hands on your hips. Press through the feet and the toes a lot. Inhale, we'll rise up. Reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Pausing here, roll the shoulders back. Notice your breath. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, let's swan dive and fold forward again. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, we're gonna bring your hands down, coming onto your fingertips. So imagine you have like an orange or grapefruit underneath your hand. We're gonna keep our left hand in front of the left foot, bending into the left knee. Push your right hip back. You can either bring your right hand on your hip as you rotate the chest to the right, or maybe reach that right arm to the sky, looking up at your thumb. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna exhale, lower the right hand down, lower the right hip down. Roll the shoulders back. We'll do this on the other side. So left hand or right hand in front of the right toes, slowly bending into the right knee. Left hand's moving towards the hip. Roll the shoulder back, move the chest to the left, and then perhaps reach that left arm to the sky. Keep breathing here, feeling space in the body. Notice the difference. 2, and 1. Exhale, slowly lowering down. Inhale, let's look up halfway. Exhale, hands down. Press to the feet, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, let's reach the arms high. We're gonna interlace the hands, reach the palms towards the ceiling. The arms can be straight or slightly bent. We're gonna turn our torso to the right, keep your feet straight, and then you're gonna lean in towards your toes, feeling a really big stretch through the right side. 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, coming back up. We're gonna come back to the center for a moment, moving the torso to the left, and then leaning back in towards the toes. So feeling that big stretch on the left side. So like my shoulder gets stuck, so I, readjust your body as you need to make it feel better. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, we'll come up, rotating the body forward. Let's interlace your hands behind your back. Squeeze the elbows towards the head. You're gonna press the head into the back of the hands, and then see if you can feel the shoulders drop away from the ears. This is a really great stretch for your neck. 3, 2, 1. Let's gently reach the elbows out. Take a break, maybe roll the shoulders down. And we'll do that once again, squeezing the elbows towards the head, press the back of the head into the hands, feel the shoulders drop away from the ears. Notice the breath. Keep the joints slightly bent so the knees and the tailbone rooting back. 2, and 1. We'll slowly reach your elbows out again. Take a breath. And once again, elbows towards one another. Press the back of the head into the hands. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, lifting all the way back up. Exhale, swan dive and fold forward. Inhale, looking up halfway. Exhale, let's lower the hands down onto the mat. Bring the feet a little bit closer together here. We're gonna keep your right foot forward, set the left foot back. Begin on the ball of the foot for this first one. Feel the inner thighs squeeze together. You can keep your hands down, or perhaps drawing the belly towards the spine and reaching the arms towards the sky. Feel the shoulders move away from the ears. For any reason this bothers your shoulders, you can always reach your arms out in front of you, or hands to the hips. So again, see what works for your body. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna be a little adventuresome today. So when you're ready, lower the hands down. You're gonna press through the right foot, and then inhale, lift your left leg to the sky. Maybe bring your chin to your chest. looking at your shin. 2, 1, we'll bring that left foot to meet the right, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, let's fold forward again. Beautiful. Pressing through the feet. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, we'll bend the knees, hinge from the hips, fold forward, chin to the chest. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, we'll lower your hands down, step your right foot back. Follow the foot if that's available. Again, you can keep your hands down or feel the inner thighs squeeze together. Draw the belly towards the spine. We'll inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Again, if that doesn't feel good for your shoulders, arms in front of you or hands to the hips. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to lower the hands down. Either side of the foot, press through that left foot. Let's lift the right leg high. Maybe chin to the chest, looking at your shin or your knee. 2, and 1. We're going to bring the right foot to meet the left, fold forward. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, folding forward again. Press through the feet, really use the legs, so bend the knees. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, let's reach the arms high. This time we're going to bend the elbows. We're going to tap your shoulders or behind your head. Perhaps if that feels good, tilt your tailbone back, so be a happy puppy, not a sad puppy. And we're going to lean back a little bit so you create a beautiful C curve in the spine. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, you'll bend the knees, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, hands down. We'll step your left foot back, ball the foot. Pressing through the right foot, feel the inner thighs squeeze together. Let's inhale, reach the arms up to the sky again. Now this time, bring the hands to the hips. 3 times, we're going to take a little bend in that right knee. Inhale, let's lift up, straighten that, your left leg. And then we're going to do that again with that left knee. Inhale, come back up. I'll give you 2 more in case I messed you up. And I know you're really happy about that. And we're going to come hold, keep that knee slightly bent so you can feel the left thigh really start to work, and perhaps lift your arms up towards the sky. Feel the shoulders move away from the ears. 3, 2, 1. Let's lower the hands down either side of the foot. Stepping the feet back, downward dog. If you need child's pose or tabletop, take that. If you want, you can stay here, or let's inhale, come to plank. Exhale, lowering all the way down to the belly. Roll the shoulders back, release the feet. Inhale, lifting for cobra, or perhaps coming onto the tops of the feet, knees off the ground for up dog. 2, and 1. Let's slowly start to release. We'll find downward dog, tabletop, or child's pose if you'd like. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to take your right leg high. Behind you, come on the ball, the back foot. Let's squeeze the right knee to the chest, gaze between the thumbs. We're going to glide forward, bring the right foot forward. If you need to help that right foot up, go for it. Press through the right foot. We're going to inhale, lift your left leg high again. Maybe look towards that shin. 3, 2, 1. Left foot to meet the right, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, folding in again. Beautiful. Press through the feet. Let's inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Pause. Just feel the difference between the right and left side. And know what it's like to just stop. Pausing in between. We'll get to the other side in just a moment. So when you're ready, let's inhale, reach back up. Once again, slight bend in the knees, tilt your tailbone back. Let's bend the elbows, maybe tap the shoulder blades or try to tap the back of the head, squeeze the elbows towards the head, and then lean back a little bit. Lift your heart up. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, we'll bend the knees, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, hands down. Stepping the right foot back this time. Coming on the ball of the foot, feel the inner thighs squeeze together. And again, if you need to stop, stop if you need to. Inhale, let's reach the arms high. Beautiful. We're going to exhale, bring your hands to your heart and then over to the hips. And then a few times, we're going to slowly lower that right knee. Inhale, come up. Again, exhale and inhaling. Exhale and inhaling. Give you one extra one because I did on the other side. And then we're going to hold here. So really feel that right thigh start to work. Maybe it's shaking a little bit. That's okay. And if you'd like, reach your arms up to the sky. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. We're going to exhale, lower your hands down. Stepping the feet back, downward dog. If you want to find tabletop or child shape, please do that. Inhale, let's come forward to plank again. Exhale, lowering down for chaturanga or coming all the way down to the ground. Roll the shoulders back, lift the heart up, finding up dog or cobra. Keep breathing. There's another back bend you prefer, find that. 2 and 1. We're going to slowly release. Tabletop, child's pose, or downward facing dog. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to take your feet closer together. Lift that left leg high. Ball of the back right foot. Let's bring that left thigh towards the belly. Gaze between the thumbs. You're going to help glide your body forward. Bring that left foot between the hands. You can always glide that foot up if you need to. Press through that left foot. Lift your right leg high. Standing split. Look at that left shin. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bring the feet down, folding forward. Beautiful work. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Pressing to the feet. Let's stand all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Noticing how different your body is starting to feel. Keep breathing. When you're ready, we're going to slowly release the hands. Bring the feet a little bit wider than hip distance. Make sure the toes are parallel to one another. We're going to bring your thumbs to your hip crease. I want you to imagine you're pulling the thigh muscles out, and then we're going to bend the knees, start to find chair pose. Sink the knees behind the toes. Roll the shoulders back. Feel your rib cage anchor. So you're going to start to feel these muscles start to engage a little bit here. And then perhaps reach your arms in front of you or up towards the sky, maybe looking up, breathing. If you need to check your toes again, find that. Finding the space in your body. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, let's fold forward. Taking another moment to forward fold here. So perhaps take your first 2 fingers inside the big toe, thumb on top. Roll the shoulders back as you start to pull your head down towards your toes. Keep breathing. It's fine if the knees are bent. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. We're going to gently release the clasp of the toes. If you need to stay there, please do. Once again, we're going to find that chair pose. Beautiful. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, we'll swan dive and fold forward again. We'll slide the hands on the shins, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hands back down. Stepping the feet back to downward dog. Lengthening your spine. Inhale, let's find plank. We're going to slowly lower down to the belly. Roll the shoulders back. Maybe lift your heart up again. Feel the elbows move towards the hips. 2 and 1. We're going to come back down. Pressing through the hands. Let's slowly curl the toes under, hips high, downward dog. We'll gaze between the thumbs. Take the right foot between the hands, left foot flat. Slight bend into the right knee. We'll reach the arms high for warrior 1 or warrior A. Feel the shoulders move away from the ears. 2 And one more. Let's bring your hands to your heart center. We're going to open up the hips, turn your left toes out. You might need to readjust your stance. Feel the right knee move towards the right pinky toe. We'll reach your arms wide, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Warrior B or warrior two. Perhaps look at your back arm. Notice if it's in line with the front arm. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come onto the ball of the back left foot. Reach your arms high. Exhale, hands will lower down. Let's step back, downward dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more deep breath. Inhaling and exhale. Beautiful. Gazing between the thumbs. Let's take your left foot between your hands now. Bring the right foot flat, so right toes out to the side a little bit. Pressing to the feet. Feel the tailbone anchor. Inhale, reach the arms high. Feel the shoulders roll back. Warrior A, 1. Left side, 2. And 1. Bringing the hands to the heart center. We're going to turn your right toes out, moving into warrior B. So letting that left knee move over towards the pinky toe, perhaps reaching the arms out wide. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. The gaze is going to be over the middle finger, but sometimes it's nice to check that back arm, see if it's in line with the front arm so we don't put any extra strain on the shoulder. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Let's come on the ball of the back foot, hands to the heart. We'll reach the arms high. Exhale, lower the hands down. Stepping the feet back, downward dog. Inhale, let's come to plank. Lower down to the belly. Roll the shoulders back, lift your heart up. Exhale, child shape. Pausing for a few moments, noticing how different your body is feeling than when we began. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. As you're ready, let's inhale. We're going to find tabletop, curling the toes under, downward dog. Let's walk the hands to the feet this time. Moving forward for just a moment. Breathing, maybe shake your head out, yes and no. 2, and 1. We'll press to the feet, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. We're going to do a few more standing shapes and then we'll move back down to the ground. So let's take a wide stance on your mat. I need to move my mat a little bit. So, and bring your feet parallel to one another. Let's reach your arms out. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, slight bend in the knees. We're going to hinge the hips as you slowly fold forward. Bring your head down towards the ground. And if you want, you can bend one leg and then the other leg, just starting to feel some space in your body. If it feels good for you to hold steady, please listen to that. I'm getting a big stretch in my inner thigh as I bend my knees. So just, explore, what does your body need today? It's always a little bit different. 2, and 1, or really just in this moment. Let's inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, lower your arms down. We'll turn your right toes out, and you want to have, about 2.5 feet between your feet, maybe 3 feet. Imagine that right heel intersecting with the left arch of the foot. We'll reach the arms wide, squeeze the shoulders together. We're going to move into triangle pose or trikonasana. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, we'll lower your right hand down. Now, you can traditionally, people keep their left arm up, looking up at the thumb. It doesn't always feel great, so you can always bring your hand to your hip. You can reach for your big toe, grab that if that's available, or hand on the leg. Roll the shoulders back. Feel the tailbone reach towards that back heel. And let's reach again if that feels good. 2, and 1. Inhale, let's come up. We'll bring the right foot in, roll the shoulders back. We'll do this on the left side. So left toes out. Again, if you need to check that alignment, heel intersecting with that right foot, reach the arms wide, squeeze the shoulders, reach forward, lower the hand down. Perhaps that arm's high, and can always go in the hip, can reach your left hand for your big toe. So feel whatever feels good for you today. Feeling that tailbone reach towards that back right heel. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to inhale, come back up, feet parallel. We're going to move into revolved triangle this time. So you're going to face your right foot, bring your left foot off to the left. If you can, kind of square your hips off so they're going somewhat the same direction. It's not going to be 100%, but as best as you can. You're going to keep your right hand on your hip. We'll reach that left arm high. Find the length on the left side. And then we'll exhale, lower the hand under the shoulder, onto the leg or outside the foot. You can always use your fingertips. Pull the right hip back, rotate the chest, and maybe reach the arm towards the sky, looking at your thumb. If you need to readjust your hips a little bit, perhaps find that. Sometimes it's nice to bring your hand on your sacrum and see what's going on there. Mine was doing all kinds of funky stuff. 3, 2, and 1. We'll lower the hand down. Maybe bring your nose toward your knee, bending that knee. We'll press to the feet. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's shift and rotate towards the left foot. So bring your right foot to the side this time. We'll bring your left hand to your hip. Reach the right arm high. So feel that big stretch on the side. We're going to exhale, lower the hand down, either under the shoulder, on the leg, or outside the foot. You might want to use your fingertips, or those of you who have a block, you can use that. Pull the left hip back, rotating the chest, and then maybe reaching the arms towards the sky, perhaps looking up at the hand if that's available for your neck. Keep breathing. Maybe readjusting your hips if you want to bring your hand on your sacrum for a moment. 2, and 1. We're going to exhale, lower down. Slight bend in that knee, press to the feet. Let's inhale, reach back up. Exhale, hands to the heart. We'll rotate back to the center. We're going to do one more standing shape, a balance, and then we're on the ground. So right side again, we're going to bend the knee, find warrior B. Reach the arms wide. Let's inhale, lean back, keep the knee bent if you can. We're going to exhale, either bring your forearm on your thigh or your hand inside your foot. You can keep your left hand on your hip. Again, get that tailbone towards that back heel, perhaps arm up, or sweep it over your head. If you're more of an advanced practitioner, sometimes it feels good to bind behind the back. So again, see what's available today. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, we'll lift up. Feet parallel, beautiful. Shake it out a little bit. Let's do the other side. So taking the left toes forward, we'll bend into the knee, reaching back for warrior B. Keeping the knee bent, we'll inhale, reach and lengthen back. Exhale, bringing either that forearm on the thigh or the hand inside the foot. If you want, again, hand on the hip, reach towards the sky, sweep it over your head, or bind behind your back, if that's available. Breathing. 3, 2, and 1. And we'll inhale, come all the way up, feet parallel. Let's reach up. Exhale, hop your feet together, hands together. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to take an eagle pose or modification of, so do the best that you can. So really twisting out, and then we'll move to the ground. So arms out wide. Let's take your right arm underneath your left. Bring your hands together. Bending into the knees, we'll take your right leg over your left leg. So maybe you're making a kickstand, or perhaps you're going to twist down and maybe bending that left knee a little bit. Breathing, maybe looking at your hands. Finding that focus, that concentration. 3, 2, and 1. Release, inhale up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Doing the other side. So we'll reach the arms wide again. Left arm underneath the right. Bending into the knees. Let's take that left leg over the right. And then maybe kickstand, or perhaps going a little bit further. Bending into the knee, perhaps gaze at the hands. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll unwind. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's come back towards the front of the mat. Bring the feet nice and wide. We'll inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, slowly, slowly coming down to a seat. And we'll stretch our legs out in front of us again. Breathing. Moving the fleshy part away from the sitting bones. Let's take your right arm high here. We're gonna reach your right hand for your left foot. Give yourself a little pull. Inhale, we're gonna come back up. We're gonna do this a couple times from side to side and then we'll hold. So reaching that left arm high, left hand towards that right foot, maybe give yourself a little pull. Beautiful. Inhale, back up. Lowering the left hand down, right arm up, reaching the right hand to the left foot. Little pull again. Inhale. And exhale, left hand, right foot. Beautiful. Inhale. And now we're going to hold this last one. So if you need to bend that left knee, go ahead and do that. Reaching that right hand for that left foot. Pull yourself in and then roll the shoulder back, perhaps bringing the nose to the knee. And again, if that's really easy, you can straighten the legs. So see what's available for you today. Notice your breath. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to inhale and come up. Let's try the other side. So slight bend, maybe in the right knee, reach that left arm high, left hand towards the right foot. Again, pulling in, maybe bringing your nose towards your knee. And again, you can always stretch that leg out. So see what works for you. And if your knee's bent way up high, that's fine. Who cares? See what works for your body. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to inhale and slowly start to come up. Let's take a bend in both knees. Again, we'll move the fleshy part from our sitting bones. Reach your arms high, exhale. Let's try to reach for the outside edges of your feet, if that's available. Pull your pinky toes towards your head. So perhaps you're staying here with the knees bent, or maybe you're starting to gently slide the legs forward. As you slide and keep the legs bent, belly towards the thighs, it actually is safer for your back. So just honor where you're at today. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to inhale. We'll slowly rise back up. Let's bring the hands behind you. Now we're going to crisscross our legs. It doesn't matter which leg is in front because we're going to do both sides in a moment. We'll start with our first side, maybe the side that's more familiar. Again, you can readjust the sitting bones. Maybe you're sitting up really straight. That might feel good for your back. And then for some of you, it's going to feel really good to walk the hands forward and perhaps fold forward. So just coming down as low as you can. If it's available, you can bring your head down. You don't have to. What I like to do here is actually press through my hands, reaching through the arms and then reaching my tailbone down towards the ground so I feel a big stretch in my back. It might even feel good for you because it's sort of like downward dog arms to bring the chin towards the chest. Keep rolling the shoulders back so you can feel space for your neck. Breathing. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to walk the hands back, hands behind the hips. Let's crisscross the legs the other direction. Again, we'll roll back. It's fine if you want to just sit here. This might feel, again, really good for your body. Or if you'd like, walking the hands forward once again. So you can come all the way down if that's available, or somewhere in between. So notice, I notice that this side feels very different for me than the other side. So observe what's happening in your body and keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to walk the hands back, hands behind the hips. Let's uncross the legs, stretching the legs forward. Wiggle the feet, maybe shake the legs out a little bit. And we're going to turn your right toes out, bringing your right foot towards the left inner thigh. You can roll the shoulders back, keep the spine really long. Or again, if you'd like, reach the arms high, reaching for the left foot. If you need to bend that left knee a little bit, do that. So again, find what feels good. Breathing. 3, 2, and 1. We'll inhale, lift the head up. Let's take the left hand and grab onto the inside of the right foot. So your pinky is towards your big toe. We'll bring your right hand perhaps to the hip. So some of you might stay right here. If you want to try, you can take your right arm, turn your palm up, and then we're going to lean in. You might actually, I need to readjust my hand. That felt really weird. So sorry about that. So you can readjust your hand and reach your right hand for the toes. 3, maybe drop your ear towards your shoulder. 2, and 1. We're going to come right back up. Let's lift the right knee up. We're going to wrap the left arm around the knee and then maybe turn behind you. 3, 2, and 1. We'll unwind. Play with me for a moment if you feel like it. We're going to reach your right leg high, maybe holding on to the leg, or maybe reaching up, looking how strong you are. A lot of core strength here. 2, 1. We'll lower the leg down and arms down. All right, so let's do the other side. We're going to turn the left toes out, left foot towards that inner thigh, left knee's falling out towards the left. We'll inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale as you fold forward. Again, bending the right knee if you need to. Keep breathing. Finding the space in your body. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lifting up and then maybe grabbing onto the inside of the foot. You can bring your right hand to your hip, roll back. Or if you want, maybe reaching that arm over the head, feeling that big stretch in the side of the body. 3, 2, and 1. We'll inhale, lift up. We're going to lift your knee up, wrapping that right arm around. We'll turn and twist. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to gently release, grabbing hold of that leg. Let's reach the left leg high, maybe holding on to it, maybe reaching your arms up. 2, 1. We're going to bring the leg down. Slight bend into the knees. Let's move the fleshy part. One more forward fold here. Exhale as you're ready. Hi, Sebastian. Come here. 3, 2, and 1. We'll inhale. We're going to lift up. One last thing here. I'm going to have you bring your hands behind you. Let me turn to the side, actually. And we're going to roll the shoulders back. Drop your knees over to the right for a moment. Inhale. Let's lift up and over to the left. Let's come up and over to the right. And again, over to the left. Beautiful. Coming to neutral, we're going to bring your hips towards your heels and then come to lay on your back. Beautiful. Let's give your knees a little squeeze towards the chest to begin, maybe rocking from side to side. And then we'll bring our feet on the ground, arms alongside the body. Let's take 3 back bends from here. So how we'll begin actually is you're going to press the tailbone down into the mat and feel your lower back and lower ribs lift away. So you're getting a little bit of arch in the lower back. Everything is on the ground other than that lower back. Now we're going to exhale, draw the belly towards the spine, start to tilt the tailbone towards the knees, lifting the hips up and then the vertebrae up, one vertebra at a time. Finding bridge pose, maybe rolling the shoulders underneath you, moving the chin away from the chest. So you're pressing to the shoulders and the back of the head. The back of the neck is lifted away from the ground a little bit. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to slowly draw the belly towards the spine, lowering down one vertebra at a time. Feeling that spine maybe lengthen a little bit. We'll press down through the tailbone again. Feel the lower back arch away from the ground. So feel your belly button lift up. And then exhale, belly button draws towards the spine, tilting the tailbone towards the knees. Inhale, lifting the hips up. You can stay right here, perhaps interlace your hands behind your back this time. Or if you have the availability or ability, you can bring your hands under your shoulders, maybe pressing with straight arms and straight legs, feeling a beautiful back bend. 2 and 1. We'll bring your chin to your chest, slowly, slowly lowering down 1 vertebra at a time. Let that tailbone come down last. Beautiful. Readjust your body as you need to. Take a breath. We'll do this one more time if that felt good. So again, if you want to, pressing through the feet, feel the tailbone, press down, lower back arches away. We'll exhale, draw the belly to the spine, tilt the tailbone towards the knees, lifting the hips up, coming up 1 vertebra at a time, maybe this time reaching your hands for your heels, roll the shoulders underneath you. Keep breathing. Again, if you want to bring those hands behind your shoulders, lifting up with straight arms and straight legs, Urdhva Dhanurasana, feel free to do that. Some of you might feel good if you press through the feet, lift your heels up, feeling a big stretch in the quads. 2 and 1. We're going to all lower down as you're ready. Beautiful. Readjusting the body if you need to move the shoulders away at all, and then squeeze the knees towards the chest, perhaps rocking a little bit from side to side. So we're going to incorporate a hip stretch and twist together. So follow along, and obviously if there's something else that you prefer to do, find that. So if you're joining me, you're going to take your right foot over your left knee, maybe let that right knee fall to the side. You can stay right here. I'm not going to have you hold this, so we're just going to squeeze the legs maybe towards the belly, feeling that big stretch in the outside edge of the right hip. If you need to, grab and pull, if that's what your body needs. 2 and 1. Now, my recommendation, bring that left foot down. We'll readjust the arms, maybe wide to the side or bent like cactus arms, and then dropping your knees over to the right. Maybe turn your head to the left. A few breaths here. 3, 2, and 1. We'll bring the head to neutral, bring the legs up, and now keeping the right foot right where it is, we're just going to drop the knees over to the left for a moment. And maybe feel that right knee fall towards the left foot. So you feel that big stretch in the right hip flexors, maybe in the glutes. 2 and 1. We're going to inhale, lift back up. Let's take that right leg. You'll shake it out a little bit. Beautiful. Hopefully that hip feels nice and everything's still attached. We'll take your left foot now over the right knee. Feel free to stay right here if this is good for your body. Otherwise, let's squeeze those knees towards the chest, feeling that big stretch in that left hip, the glute, using the force of that right leg to help bring the left leg towards the body. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bring the right foot down. We'll start here, keeping that left foot right over the knee. We'll drop the knees over to the left, turning the head to the right. Breathing. 3, 2, and 1. We'll inhale, lift up, dropping the knees now over to the right, head to the left. Fantastic. 3, 2, and 1. We'll inhale, coming back up. Let's take that left leg up. You'll shake that out a little bit. And then we're going to gently come down. Now, from here, if your body needs to rest, please let it rest. I am going to guide you through one last shape, which we always like to invert at the end of the practice, just to help the body relax a little bit before we move into Shavasana. If there's something else you prefer to do, feel free to do that. So you can bring your arms alongside the body, maybe reach the legs to the sky. Perhaps you have a sofa nearby and you're kind of resting your legs on the sofa. That's great. If you need to rest a little bit more. If you want to do shoulder stand, let's bring your feet over your head, hands on the lower back, squeeze the elbows together. Make sure your back of the head is pressed down, the chin is away from the chest, but the chest is moving towards the chin, and we'll extend the legs towards the ceiling. Really pressing and flexing and energizing through the feet, looking at the toes. So feeling the body invert. And if you're in any variation of this or doing something else, just enjoy whatever you're doing, connecting with your breath. Feeling the sensations move through the body. Maybe if your legs are lifted, you can wiggle your toes or your ankles a little bit. You can maybe bend and straighten the legs a few times or move the legs around. Sometimes it feels good to reach the legs out, playing. So find what is available and feels good for you. You can do a little core work, one leg down, the other leg up. So just play and explore. We'll take about 5 more breaths here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. If your legs are lifted, and again, feel free to stay here a little bit longer or bring your feet over the head, plow pose. Maybe squeeze the knees towards the forehead or around the ears. And we'll slowly begin to lower down as you're ready. And then we're gonna gently start to readjust the body. One last thing before we move into the rest, we wanna do the counter pose for that inversion. So we prop up onto the forearms and the hands, and then let's drop your head back a little bit. Feeling the front of the throat open. Let's take some inhales through the nose, exhale through the mouth, stick out your tongue, release. 2 more. Once again. Beautiful. And as you're ready, just slowly starting to let your body melt down, coming onto your back, let your eyes close. Take a really big, full, deep breath in. And then exhale, let go. One more full, deep breath in. Exhale, let go. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Just feel the lower jaw start to release away from the upper jaw. And allow the tongue to float freely in the mouth. Begin to make space in the neck. Feel the shoulder joints soften, the elbows, the wrists. All the joints and the hands and fingers. You start to bring the awareness to the hip joint. The knee joint. The ankles. The joints in the feet and toes. Bring the awareness to the base of the spine. And imagine the breath moving from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. And as you breathe through the spine, feeling spaciousness between the discs and joints. And perhaps either breathing in the word Om or I am. Letting that move up and down the spine. And as you do that, I'm going to revisit the term I brought up at the beginning of the class called pratyahara. Withdrawing the senses or turning inward. So as you rest here deeply, and just noticing the breath moving up and down the spine, saying Om or I am to yourself. You're really learning to tune into you. So our movement practice today helped us kind of take that energy off. That's kind of that outside energy. So we can take these few moments to tune in and breathe. And sometimes as we do this, we just are allowing ourselves to relax and release. The body and mind just need to let go and do nothing. And then sometimes we're able to have some insight or awareness or move through something, whether that's an emotion or a thought process. Getting some insight and awareness. Whatever our experience is, know that this is a practice and we are learning to practice withdrawing the senses so we can tune into ourselves. And as we do this and coming to the meditation, feeling the focus and concentration, we're also able to perhaps experience a moment of connection or joy, bliss, or feel like we're in the flow. A few more breaths here. And as you might feel ready, we're going to start to draw the awareness outward again. So perhaps begin to do this by feeling the support that you're resting on, maybe noticing the weight of your body on the points that's meeting the surface beneath you. Perhaps you feel the touch of air on your skin. Maybe you're starting to notice the sounds, the smells. And then even with your eyes closed, perhaps connect with some of the things that are in the room that you are in, noticing what's around you. We start to bring ourselves back to the present moment. So we're able to withdraw the senses and then also come back. So feeling this dichotomy. And then when you're ready, if you feel like it's appropriate, taking a really big deep breath and maybe starting to welcome some movement back in, wiggling the fingers and the toes. You can turn your head from side to side or start to reach and stretch any way that might feel good for you today. Beautiful. And if you'd like to, feel free to stay right where you're at, or maybe you want to roll over to your right or left side and come up to a comfortable seated shape. Try to keep the eyes closed if that's available, and maybe bring your hands to your heart center. And so just honoring this time that you took out for you to tune in. Again, the term I used is called pratyahara, withdrawing the senses. And thank you all so much for allowing me to guide you. Take a moment to thank your body, your breath, your energy, your emotions, your wisdom, your creativity, your essence, your being, all of you. You are a gift. Keep shining. Thank you. Namaste.